Every Wednesday night, you better tune in tight. At 7 p.m. CST, we bring in that insight. Halas Hall Report, best podcast in the game. Stats and facts, you'll remember the name. Host Ken Dub got the knowledge on lock. Co-host Woody the Bear fan, talking all that talk. 3 Bear fans chilling, opinions on the side. We're here for the love, riding that Bear pride. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the skies. Lions think they're fierce with Dan Campbell's call, but all that greed ain't gonna help them at all. Same old story, we know how it goes. They just can't compete, everybody knows. Minnesota Vikings always talking smack, but when it's game day, they ain't got the knack. Sitting on the couch while we're making a stand. Over here in Chi-Town, we're the best in the land. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the skies. Packer fans yell blow pack blow, but can't see the truth. We're stealing the show. Rivalry heated, but we stay real cool. Halas Hall Report, yeah, that's the rule. With every episode, we build that hype. Stats and team news, we got the right type. Fan base strong, we ain't looking back. 2025, it's a winning attack. So gather round fans, put your hands in the air. Every Wednesday night, we're breathing that bear. Join the revolution, watch the magic unfold. Halas Hall Report, we're breaking the mold. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the sky. So mark your calendars, don't miss a beat. Every Wednesday night, Halas Hall can't be beat. Stats, facts, team news on deck. Halas Hall Report, what did you expect? 2025, the Bears are here to stay. Blue and orange in the north, leading the way.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Halas Hall Report.
Strawberries or banana?
Of course, it's 2 guys with no opinion about anything, and the other guy without the opinion, of course, is the co-host Woody. Good morning, Woody.
What's going on? Good afternoon.
Yeah, I guess it is good afternoon on the East Coast. Good morning on the Central and to the West.
Doesn't count.
So we're like, what, 3 weeks out, man?
Yep. Crunch time. Crunch time.
I'm just wondering how long this is going to take until the second rounder is signed.
Yeah, no signings yet. I'm surprised. Just the second rounders.
Well, yeah, a lot of that's because of what happened with the first 2 second rounders who signed fully guaranteed contract.
What do you think Poles is going to do? That's the question. Is he going to sucker it up or just stand on his feet?
Well, I think everyone is waiting. So the first 2 got their pick, the first 2 picks in the second round are fully guaranteed rookie deals. Everyone's waiting to see what the next team does. So the Bears are a little bit further back in that pecking order for the first one. But I think GMs are waiting to see, and players are waiting to see who stops the bleeding. So at what number are the fully guaranteed contracts going to stop?
Is it still 30 second rounders aren't signed yet in the NFL?
30 of the 32 are correct. It is kind of ridiculous. So as of the 19th, that's 10 days ago, but it's still early. Let me see here because nothing's really changed. Let me see. They had – that's not the one I was looking for. I had the list before I lost it. But that's what they're looking for. It's like they're not signing. I mean, it's just, they're waiting to see, who is going to get what.
I think you got her a gift card for his tattoo.
We can hear you.
Good morning, Jody.
Yeah, we can all hear her.
I will.
I'm just on NFL Network to see if any news comes up.
And they will see me too.
They're showing the Bills Chiefs playoff game from last year.
Huh. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, Knox. We were just talking about Knox last week. Nice drop, Knox. Well, the only news that came out really is the Madden rankings.
Yeah, and we all know that that designs the season there.
Tooney a 93, a Loveland a 73. Now the question is, since Saquon Barkley's on the cover, you know what that means? The Madden curse.
Madden curse for them for sure. Yeah, it's funny. The unsigned. Now this is as of a few days ago, 5 days ago. Right now there were 40 draft picks not signed, 2 from the first round, 3 from the third round, 4 from the fifth round, 30 from the second. All the fifth, sixth, and seventh rounders have signed their contracts.
Who are the 2 in the first? Did they tell you?
Yeah, you've got. Oh, come on, hold on, there we go. Denver's Jahadi Barron and Shamar Stewart from the Bengals.
Yeah, is there any? I heard news on that. They're waiting on Hendrickson still.
Yeah, they got to figure out that contract. I think before they.
I think he
Even though,
turned
you know,
down. It's crazy. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it's clickbait that he turned down a $37 million a year deal. So
who knows?
wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's it's.
Now I don't even want to even talk about that. Him going to Chicago if he's going to do that.
I mean, it's. I don't like to buy into. Oh well, they offered this because where the hell are they getting this number from?
Yeah.
Oh, we have a source. Okay, what's a source? Your toaster oven? I mean, yeah, I have a source too, I guess. I mean, here, hold on, let me talk to my source real quick.
Yeah, here. I'll talk to my controller here. What do you say?
Hey, my source said that the Bears are going to trade for a certain pass rusher. They're giving up a 7th rounder, and he's decided he's going to play for free. There, I have a source. I mean, I trust sources when people say, where are they getting these numbers?
I only listen to Ian Rappaport. I don't even listen to Scheffner. I listen to Ian Rappaport. That is it.
There is some Bears news, though, that came out of Halas Hall yesterday, though. It's not groundbreaking. It's not going to change anything with the team, but it's team news. So Andrew McKenna Sr., who passed away a few years ago, had a minority stake in the Bears. The team controls that stake right now. So it's a small portion. It's not controlling because, the McCaskies own 80%. And they are considering, the team is, given thought of whether to sell that minority share in the team. So they don't, the article doesn't say how large the stake was, but still, even if it's just a small piece of, 2%, 4%, 5%, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that, and how much that goes for. I think they were trying to hold out until the stadium got done. Maybe, the Bears are holding it in trust for the McKenna family. I don't know the full deals on that. It isn't really stated in the article.
Ken, how about me and you? How about me and you buy it?
Yeah, I
do
got
it.
that. That's like this week's lunch money. Yeah, no problem. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, oh man, geez.
Ken and Woody buy minority stake in Bears.
Yeah, I'll get my own T-shirt and everything made up. Oh,
yeah. Team to relocate to Pensacola.
Yep.
So that's like the only real news that came out. That and the second rounders still haven't signed, which, it's just like, at what point does the bleeding, do they stop?
Well, they got 3 weeks to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, what does happen if they don't sign?
They have to be signed by week 1, really.
I mean, come on, guys. You got your
Week
dream.
1
You're
is
in
when
the
they have to be.
NFL.
I think they can go to camp without being signed.
They could do
But
preseason games without being signed.
I mean, they can, but would you?
No.
I wouldn't if I'm a player. I would be like, no, thank you. They might practice, go to team meetings and stuff, but yeah, we got about 3 weeks of camp and still nothing. So we go to round 2, and here's where we're at. The Browns started this by signing Carson Schweizinger to a fully guaranteed rookie deal. Then the Texans said, oh, well, hey, hold our beer. We'll do the same thing with Jaden Higgins. So I guess right now, everyone's looking at the Seattle Seahawks. They drafted the safety from South Carolina, Nick Emenwari, and they'll see what he does. So if he gets a fully guaranteed deal, then it comes back to Cleveland with the running back they drafted, which means they'll probably give him a fully guaranteed deal, which means then it goes to the Dolphins at pick 37, 5th pick in the second round, with the offensive guard, Jonah Salvinia, who they signed. Then if they sign that guy to a fully guaranteed deal, they'll go to the Pats, who signed Trevion Henderson, running back from the Ohio State. And then it come to the Bears at the 7th pick in the second round, 39th overall, with Luther Burden III. Then the Saints become interesting at 8th pick in the second round, 40th overall, when they took Tyler Shugg from Louisville. I think that is the worst case scenario right now. Like, I think that's where the bleeding stops no matter what. And after that, everyone should not be fully guaranteed. I don't know if Seattle's going to give this safety fully guaranteed money, but that's how it's going to kind of track if they do. So I think the bleeding could stop with the Saints at 40, because I don't see them giving that quarterback fully guaranteed. The dude's not even guaranteed to make the roster at this point. I don't know why. They took him in the second round, but I don't know.
Hurting down there. They're hurting down there.
They're hurting, but I think that's maybe where the bleeding might stop. I mean, if it goes beyond that, right? Then it goes to the Bills, the Jets, and then we come back up way down the list at the 24th pick in the second round, which was Trapio. And then, like, Shamar Turner was like the 30th of 32 picks in the second round. I don't know if it goes that far, but really, in my estimation, I think the only one of our second rounders who's probably going to get a fully guaranteed deal could be Luther Burden.
Oh,
could be. But it's crazy that they're getting fully guaranteed rookie contracts in the second round now.
Wow.
So does that mean next year are the third rounders trying to get fully guaranteed deals?
You're crazy. Question: with the second rounders not signing it, does this make the second round picks more valuable now? No, absolutely not. They're more selfish than the fucking first rounders.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't. I mean, the players you're going to get in the first round. See, the problem is the first round guys, they're all signing because they all get guaranteed deals, right? All the rookie deals are guaranteed contracts. When they don't sign, it's a question of how much is my signing bonus, right? How much am I getting up front? Because look, these guys aren't holding out like it used to be back. When they change it? I mean, I still remember back in the 90s, first rounders were holding out because I want more money. Right. And then it came out with the pay table, kind of like the military. Here's your pay table for rookies. So the contracts, like the money amount, the total dollar amount is set. What holds
Yep.
up the first round picks is, well, how much is my bonus? That's
Yep.
basically it, right? Because they're all guaranteed now, it seems. The second rounders, they want to become guaranteed like the first rounders.
Remember back then, it says the real talent was in the 4th, 5th, 6th rounds. That's when you
Yeah.
get the players. So
Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, and then you get the whole thing about NFL and NFLPA collusion to not give fully guaranteed contracts to players, and this whole thing about being fully guaranteed is coming up in a lot of different areas, whether it be second round picks, whether it be existing players trying to sign new deals. I get why ownership / general managers don't want to give fully guaranteed deal. Let's look at the Deshaun Watson deal. How terrible that's been.
mhm.
And with the salary cap as it is, I understand why you don't want to give a guy 5 years fully guaranteed, because what if he sucks after 3? You need to have outs.
Yep.
Right? That's protection. And with the salary cap, you need that protection. It's not like baseball that doesn't have a cap. Sure, they have a luxury tax, but they don't have a cap. So, that's a precarious situation. I don't know. What do you think about these fully guaranteed deals though for second round picks who haven't played yet?
No, I don't. Yeah.
What about in general? What do you think about fully guaranteed deals?
I don't like them. I mean, I would just play for my salary. I don't give a shit. You have a little bit of a signing bonus or guaranteed money, but not fully. What the fuck do you expect? I mean, they're kids. They're getting promoted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, even the vets who are signing their second or third deal fully guaranteed, it's like, dude, I mean, and all for the rest of us normal people in the world, there's no guaranteed contract.
Right. They haven't proved themselves.
You're a cop, you're a teacher, you're in the military, you're a construction worker, you're a lawyer, you're whatever you are. If you get released from your current position and into the unemployment block, guess what? You need to go apply for unemployment and hope you qualify. You're not guaranteed anything. And these guys are making millions of dollars.
Right.
So, the cheapest rookie deal for this year, the cheapest rookie contract is 1.2 mil for the year. This year. It's like 1.24, 1.26, somewhere around there. So, I mean, dude, like, you've just made more money in that 1 year than all of your peers you went to college with are going to make in the next 5.
Yeah, I agree with maybe when they get drafted and and sign their rookie contract, and if they produce like at the end of their 4 or 5 year contract for the rookie contract, then yeah, we might talk some close to fully guaranteed, but not right. You didn't even prove yourself yet. You could be a bust.
Well, yeah,
and
the
you want
second
fully
rounders,
guaranteed
like
money.
the second rounders go from, I think there's a 4-year deal and they range from about 12 to 6 mil in totality, right? Somewhere around there. But I mean, even like you're on your second contract, getting a fully guaranteed, like, dude, if you're getting a second contract, you're probably getting a pay raise. You're getting, depending on your position, anywhere from 6 mil a year to 30 mil a year, right? I'm sorry, you're at that point, fully guaranteed. Nah, it's all right, partner. Because you pull a Watson, has he earned that $250 million fully guaranteed money from Cleveland? I don't even think he's earned a penny of it, really, to be honest.
No, it's using that for his bail money.
Yeah. I mean, and most contracts now have at least almost like 2.5 years of it guaranteed. I mean, that gives teams now room to renegotiate, to extend you later, to do other things, to play the money game with the cap. But if it's all fully guaranteed, there is no cap maneuvering, right? And it's the non-fully guaranteed is protection for the team. You sign a 4-year deal fully guaranteed. Most of these deals have an out after year 2 or 3. that protects the team and makes you, keeps you honest, doesn't it?
Yep. Oh, and by the way, the Veterans Report, July 22nd. So we're on the roll here. Couple weeks.
So I think 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 22nd is 3 weeks from Tuesday. So rookies probably come what, the 21st?
16th.
The day before? The 16th? Oh wow. So
Mm-hmm.
we're 2 weeks from Wednesday on them. So
yeah,
camp
Report,
just around the corner.
July 16th, July 18th, yeah. I think Viking fans will laugh. And that what hurts other teams too. The players that don't deserve it, like, please tell me everybody thinks Brock Purdy's contract is out fucking outrageous. I mean, Daniel Jones, outrageous when he signed his $45 million a year deal. Love, he's going in his third year and shit like what? What did it say? 55 million?
Third year as a starter, was it 6th, 7th year in the league?
Yeah.
Love's deal isn't as egregious as some. Last year, did he earn it? Probably not. Did Goff earn his? Well, Goff makes considerably less. What does he get? 48 mil? Probably closer, but no. Darnold earned his 10 mil.
Yep.
And then some. Yeah, the overpaying quarterbacks and wide receivers and overpaying people doesn't help. Look, when Watson got 250 fully guaranteed, that didn't help. Lamar, I think Lamar signed a good contract. He's mad it's not fully guaranteed, but what are the odds of him now fulfilling that entire contract? Like, I think Lamar will get all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Lamar's not going anywhere anytime soon. Justin Jefferson, he's going to get all that money. He's going to fulfill that contract all the way. Or at least get to the year before the last and then want an extension, right? And threaten to not play for the final year of the contract he signed unless he gets an extension. See, that's the other piece, man. Like, people, the players are players. But the players get to that year, that last year of a contract, and then they threaten to not play the last year of the contract that they signed unless they get an extension. Like, so let me get this straight. You signed a 4-year deal to join the Army. And in your third year of the Army, you tell them, unless you give me an extension with what I want, I'm not coming to work for a year? Yeah, go ahead and try that. Or
DD, baby.
What now?
DD, baby. Dishonorable discharge. Get the fuck
out. Yeah, that big chicken dinner right there. Oof. But I mean, see, that's the other thing, man. Like, okay, players kind of hurt themselves with that too. And I get teams like, look, if a team wants to lock you up with an extension, they're going to lock you up before your value increases that final year. They know that. When they don't sign you into an extension, that means you have something to prove to them, or that they're going to move on from you. So
that's why they call it make or break it year.
Yeah, contract year, right? Your contract year is not year 3 of a 4-year deal. It's year 4 of a 4-year deal. That's your contract year. But I think that's the other thing where the players get themselves in trouble. I got a 4-year deal fully guaranteed, or I got a 4-year deal and year 3 just ended. And unless you sign me to extension, I'm not going to play for the 4th year I agreed to with the terms I agreed to. So who's operating in bad faith now? Is it the players or the GMs?
Fucking players. They're
and
players.
This whole I want everything fully guaranteed. Why? So you can threaten to sit out the last year of a contract if I don't give you an extension before the season starts. That's the other reason why I don't like fully guaranteed deals. It leaves teams with zero wiggle room to do what they need to do to operate, to either move on from a player, create a trade to move the player to a better situation, maybe for them or for both.
And everybody you mentioned has been in the league past their rookie contract. And now these rookies, 2nd-round picks, 2 first-round picks, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, and how many of the 2nd-rounders make it all 4 years? I would wager a large percent.
Depends what position.
Yeah. I mean, some don't make it past year 2. A couple might not make it through year 1. But I would, I mean, that's another thing is like, I don't know what the numbers are in that. But look how many first rounders don't make it all 5 years or don't get the, how many of them are getting the 5th-year option? A lot of guys don't get their 5th-year option. And these are first rounders.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going to go fully guaranteed, maybe we start making year 4 for second rounders a 4th-year option. So it's a 3-year contract with a 4th-year option, just like the first rounders, right? That last year is an option year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would have to be a rule change at the NFL level. But maybe if they do that, maybe teams would be more comfortable with giving these guys a fully guaranteed 3-year deal with a 4th-year option. Like, okay, that might be a little more palatable. Especially if we were to break down the numbers and find that, hey, 85% of these guys make it through 3 years. Okay, that might be something that they're willing to do. But as it is right now, I don't see all these second rounders getting fully guaranteed. And here's the rub, though, dude, right? Let's say you're Shamar. Like, dude, you're like, way at the back of the second round. You know that there's no way all the second rounders are going to get fully guaranteed. But yet, if you're this cat, you really don't want to sign your deal because if you do, all the other second rounders are going to be sending you hate mail. So that's the thing we've got too, right? We've got the GMs watching to see where the bleeding stops and the players. So, like, for instance, if this Nick Emanwari kid from South Carolina signs a contract with Seattle, it's not fully guaranteed. Every other guy that was picked in the second round after him is going to be sending this guy hate mail. You screwed us all. You jacked us all over. It's your fault I'm not getting paid. Blah, 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 blah. That's what's going to happen.
I say out of 30 of those people, I don't think half are going to get fully guaranteed.
I kind of think it's going to stop. If it keeps going, I think Luther Burden will be the last one to get it, and then the Saints aren't going to give that quarterback a fully guaranteed, Tyler Shugg.
I don't know. He's going to be starting most likely.
You think? Well, don't they still have Rattler over there? Maybe.
Like I said.
Yeah. Does Jerry stop it at the 44th overall pick with the edge rusher from Boston College?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where it stops at. That's going to be that. I mean, that's the holdup right now is that fully guaranteed money. Well, hey, getting off the money, you said you saw something interesting about the Bears' offensive line this morning.
Yeah. Everybody, I love PFF.
Well, I know it's
because it's good individual stat, but like I said, it's a team sport. PFF said that Tooney and Jonah Jackson will be the best lineman duo in the NFL. So
I know PFF had Tooney ranked as like the second best left guard in football, right? And it's off the individual rankings. Okay, got it. Oh wait, Steven. Why does everyone hate Brock Purdy?
No, Steve. I don't hate Brock Purdy. I don't. The team around him. I don't hate him. He doesn't deserve that much of a contract though. That was outrageous.
How much is he getting again?
Something like 256 or something like that. Hold on. I'll get the exact contract.
Yeah, I think Steve. The point is that some of these
a 5-year, $265 million.
Jeez.
Wow.
How much guaranteed?
$182 million.
Wow. So basically like almost 3 years of it. A little more than 3 years of it.
Wait up. It's guaranteed money with $100 million fully guaranteed at signing. According to Over the Cap.
So that's 5 at 256?
So it's 53 million annually.
Wow. For
Come
Mr.
on.
Irrelevant.
Come on. Steve, I don't hate him. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, oh, I mean, that's
Dude,
Mahomes numbers there.
That's got to be the biggest contract for a 7th-round pick in the history of the NFL, and definitely the biggest pick for Mr. Irrelevant in NFL history. Because he was Mr. Irrelevant.
I hear you, Dan. I hear you. And happy belated birthday, by the way, bud.
Yeah, happy belated birthday, Dan. That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look what the Bears did with the O-line and the PFF thing. And, PFF is good individual grades. It doesn't really capture how they work as a team because the PFF grades for the Bears offensive line compared to, say, Washington's offensive line last year were damn near identical. But yet Washington got so much more out of their line in actual gameplay. They're great indicators of maybe individual talent. But I got to see them be healthy. We went from the second least amount of money spent on the offensive line in the league to the 6th most amount of money spent on the offensive line in the league with 3 additions, right? I look at it this way, though. If the offensive line is half as bad as it was last year, that's a major improvement.
Mm-hmm. I agree with teams spending money where they need it. Bears needed the most on the O-line. Second cheapest last year, like you said. And we needed to do it. So.
And play-wise, what if you think about it? If let's say this offensive line is only half as sucky as it was last year, that still looks like a massive improvement.
Yep.
And if that happens, what does that mean about the passing game, the run game? How much improved are those things? And the tight end game? Are we actually going to see the tight ends get the ball versus just blocking? In about 5 weeks, about 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, we start playing preseason. In about 8 weeks, we actually get a game. 9 weeks. What are we? We're 72 days away from opening weekend.
71.
Is that from Thursday Night Football? The 71.
I think it is 71.
So we're a little bit further for the Bears because we're Monday Night Football. Thank you, NFL, for making us wait the extra day. It's funny. It's probably the only time of the year you want to be the Thursday Night Football or the Friday football, right? Like, let's be the first out the gate. Let's not have to wait the extra couple of days.
Yeah, we'll wait till Monday night, motherfucker.
We got to wait till Monday night, right? The last game of the week. Like, really, dudes? But I can't wait to see what this offensive line does. I don't know if they're going to be the best guard duo in the league. I mean, look there's promise there if there's promise of healthy. There's definitely promise there. And it's the same thing at center. Stay healthy. If those 3 guys can stay healthy, if Trapito is what we hope he is at left tackle, we know Darnell Wright's good. Mm-hmm. If they are what we hope they are, then this will be a very good year for the offense.
Right.
Or a much improved year for the offense. But look, I mean, we've seen teams go from worst to first. We've seen teams pick up that piece they were missing, and all of a sudden they're contenders for a ring. I mean, the realm of possibilities for this Bears team is great in both directions. But that's probably a fair assessment. Like, if things with this offensive line are solid, they stay healthy, they protect the quarterback, who knows how far this team can go, right? If the wheels fall off like they did last year, who knows how far they can sink.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm sick of rebuilding. I mean, the 3 guys we got. I mean, Dahlman's young, but the other 2 a little bit older. So we only can see that this year or next year to see how these.
Well, Jackson's what, 27? Jonah Jackson's like 27, 28. I mean, so he's got 4, 5, 6 years left in him easy. The way offensive linemen are playing now, depending on health. Tooney, yeah, being in his 30s, he's going to be a little more limited. That's why I think, see, in a weird way, I think that if Trapio takes over left tackle and keeps it, right, Braxton Jones becomes a great candidate to re-sign and to reassign to left guard to back up Tooney. He's got size, he's got strength, he's a pretty good offensive lineman overall. I know some guys have some issues with how he was at tackle last year with the penalties and some other things, but the guy overall is a better than average lineman in the NFL. So, why not keep him? And at least provide depth and maybe the left guard of the future.
I just hope they all play good together.
Yeah. That too. So, I don't know. The offensive line looks really good. The running back room, I mean, this is going to be an interesting year because when this year is over, we have no safeties under contract. We have 3 contracts that are ripe for the Bears to move on from because of, salary cap considerations. And that's going to get interesting too.
This all fucking sucks, I don't know. Oh, other news, I heard that it's asinine. These fucking people are stupid. Henry Ruggs III made parole. The asshole.
Did he make? When did he get out?
I don't know. I just heard that he made parole. He's if nobody knows, I'm sure most people know. He's the fuck stick that was drunk and hit a woman and killed her. Vehicular homicide. So he's going to have some death threats probably. Great receiver coming out of college, out of Alabama, and he just fucked up. So he's a douchebag.
Yeah, 2021 DUI crash. All right. He got a temporary release on June 17th to speak at a Hope for Prison event in Las Vegas, but is still serving a 3 to 10 year sentence at a transitional housing facility in Nevada.
Housing facility.
Yeah,
What,
so basically, it's minimum security. So he's not like in a max, a super max, but he's actually at Casa Grande transitional housing in Nevada. But I don't know what that means for them. But I think it's still like I know, was it minimum security in the federal? It's like a work camp kind of thing. So he's still their lock and key, so to speak, but it's not as hardcore as prison.
Yeah, he's like what mobsters used to get.
Yeah, maybe a little bit like that. Sure. Okay, so could he get out early?
Well, if he's doing a 3 to 10 year.
Okay, his earliest parole eligibility is August 5th, 2026, with mandatory review by July 4th, 2027 for the 3 to 10 year range per AL.com. On June 18, 2025, Nevada law gives credit for good behavior up to 54 days per year, potentially shaved to 36 months, aligning with a 2026 exit. Work credits from Casa Grande, where he's within 18 months of parole eligibility, could nudge it to earlier on December 17, 2024. But violations like his 2021 gun charge could extend it to 120 months. So, yeah, he's not getting out too soon.
And the other news.
So his first eligibility is August 5th, 2026 is what it looks like. So he's got a full year before he's even eligible to try to get parole. All right, go ahead, Woody.
The other news. Justin Tucker, released from the Ravens, 10-game suspension.
So I had issue with that on Ken and Ken. We talked about it Monday or Friday. My issue is this. It's not, and this has nothing to do with Justin Tucker per se. But with some things, the NFL is like, well, we're going to wait for the civilian courts, right? Like, look at Addison in Minnesota. We're going to wait for the courts. With Tucker, there have been no charges filed. There are no lawsuits pending. There are allegations and nothing more. And they're giving him a 10-game suspension for allegations. Oh, we've conducted our own investigation. What does that mean? So, but what gets me is how they, in some cases, say, well, we want to wait for the civilian courts as to not interfere with that process. And then other cases are like, well, we're going to do it now and forget what's going on in the civilian justice system. These all were incidents that happened early in his career. Whether he did it or not, I'm not going to assume he did or did not. But we know that NFL players, a big part of their regimen is massage therapy. We've heard players talk about what a difference it makes in their ability to recover from week to week, etc. Right? I mean, I get it. So, how many more of these allegations for players are we going to see? Are these legit? Are these people who are looking for a payday? Is there evidence of such? I mean, someone said, I can't remember who said it I think it was Joe, said, if I was an NFL player, I'd videotape every single massage therapy session I had at this point.
And the happy endings. And the happy endings. Listen,
yeah,
I think all these people are trying to get a payout. My cousin by marriage is Jim Druckenmiller. He played Virginia Tech, went to San Francisco, then Miami. He went back to a Virginia Tech reunion, and he was at a party. They're at a party and stuff like that, and this girl was talking to him, and a day later she came around and said that he raped her, and she brought him to court. There was no proof, blah blah blah. No money was sent out, but his name's still out there. That's how fucked up this world is right now. Is that people want to pay out, they want to take their chances, they don't get it, but his name his name is still out there to be, a rapist, or all you have to do is get reported once, even if you didn't do it.
And these all are allegations like around 2013 through 2016, something like that. I mean, like, really, it's going to take you about 10 years to come forward with a complaint. I mean, this is well after the Me Too movement and everything else. So why is it taking so long for these complaints to come out after he had a not so great year last year? Mm-hmm. Right? I think I'm not going to say this didn't happen, but it's like, he doesn't have a good year. Next thing you know, there are allegations and the team can cut him and not take any blowback from the fan base for cutting him. Seems a little convenient to me. I mean, if I was going to wear a conspiracy theory hat and be Alex Jones for a minute, I mean, who's to say the team didn't, pay some people to concoct this story so they can cut him under their clause of the player, the player conduct code or whatnot, and now get off scot-free and not have to pay him any money too. So you can look at it if you really want to go out there, you could say that. I mean, it's just weird to me, the whole thing. And then what's weird is that the NFL is going to give him a 10-game suspension when they always are saying, well, we're going to let the civilian courts do their thing first. But in this case, all of a sudden, they're not. But with Addison in Minnesota, who's facing 2 misdemeanor counts and is doing a jury trial for whatever reason for his DUI, they're going to wait until justice has had its day in court. Okay, so where's Justin Tucker's day in court?
Right. It seems like don't be an asshole and do stupid shit when you're on the Ravens. You got Tucker, you got Ray Rice, Ray Lewis. Yeah. The only thing about it, like say if Tucker, nothing happens to him, okay, he's suspended 10 games. One of these playoff teams might go out and get him after that 10th game.
I don't think the suspension starts till he signs with someone.
Oh, really? I thought it was just 10-game split. Like,
no, I will have to look into it, but I believe let me query that. He might have to start.
I mean, if I was the owner of a team or GM, I wouldn't fucking sign him.
Okay, hold on a second. No. I may have been wrong here. Tucker's suspension will take effect on roster cut-down day, August 26th, and he will be eligible for reinstatement on Tuesday, November 11th. As with any free agent, Tucker may serve his suspension while not being under contract with the club.
Mm-hmm.
So really, you're right. Come November 11th, right? Week 11, coming after week 10. Yeah, he can sign with a team, and so for him, yeah, he can still sign. So someone will sign him especially like you're saying, if you're a team that's making the playoffs, maybe you have a kicker issue, you might sign him. And look, Justin Tucker's made enough money; he can just retire if he wants to. He doesn't have to come back, and he can still appeal the suspension, which he hasn't done yet. And I'm sure he will appeal it, because you'll be like, there's not even a lawsuit on him; it's just allegations.
Yeah.
Right? There's no criminal charges. Like, dude,
his name is out there. Just like I said with my cousin, his name is out there.
Like, until a court says I'm guilty, I'm innocent. That's the predication of our justice system, right? You're innocent to proven guilty unless it's a political hot topic for the NFL, and in which case now you're guilty before you're innocent.
Yep.
So, yeah, I have issue with that, Woody. I really do. It's not even, like I said, it doesn't necessarily even have anything to do with his case. It's more to the point that the NFL just needs to be consistent. Either you're going to do stuff before their cases are adjudicated in the civilian courts, or you're not. So which is it?
That's a tough question.
I mean, if they take a plea deal, then that's considered adjudication, right? So if he signs a plea deal to pay off people and not go to court, okay, NFL, he's kind of, he gave people money to make it go away. So, yeah, you can adjudicate at that point. So I would consider, any kind of plea bargain where you're paid money, you may not be in that plea deal, you're not taking guilt usually as part of it, right? But at that point, the NFL could give him a suspension for violation of the conduct policy. And that would be fine, right? I would be fine with that. But wait till at least that's happened. No, they're not even waiting for that.
No. And you know what happens in the civilian world if you pay somebody off? You're guilty.
You're guilty. Right.
Really?
Even though the plea agreement says well, I'm gonna give you this money, but I'm not taking ownership of guilt. Right? Well, yeah, everyone thinks you're still somewhat guilty. But in some cases, it's cheaper just to pay him off than to actually go pay for the court costs. Because, but you can get the court costs if if you win the case, the other person has to pay. Yeah, that never happens because these people have no money as it is. So the court's going to be like, yeah, you're a millionaire. You can pay for your own defense.
And some of these people probably don't want to go to court. They'll settle outside of court.
They just want to settle and get some money and just not go to court. Yep.
Right. Yep.
So, but I think the whole thing with the NFL and the suspension is kind of a joke. Yep. They really just got to, pick it one way or the other. Are you doing it before the civilian system or after? Luca was hot on this. Oh my God, he was going at me Friday. He's like, "Oh, Justin Tucker's this." I'm like, it's not even about Justin Tucker. It's about, the civil court. You're not innocent before proven guilty. I would say, yeah, in civil court, they have to prove that you've done what they've said you've done. So you are still innocent until proven guilty. It's the burden in civil court is a lot less than it is in criminal court. Right. The burden of proof is lowered in civil court.
Yeah, they usually say you're guilty until proven innocent.
That's what's coming now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the saying that we're going to start. Our kids are going to start growing up on. We grew up on you're innocent till proven guilty. Now it's
Yeah.
becoming you're guilty till proven
Yep.
innocent, because the media and everyone else is going to label you guilty before you even go to court. Yeah, I think that's a bad move by the NFL, to be honest, and then that tied in with the NFLPA collusion with the owners to not give fully guaranteed contracts to guys like Lamar and Justin Herbert and these other guys. I think that's a bad look too. And the NFL did that to themselves by saying we're 32 individual entities, so they could get rid, not have to deal with antitrust laws. And then not only are they colluding between the owners, but they're colluding with the NFLPA to not give players fully guaranteed contracts. That's a bad look for all parties.
Mm-hmm.
In some ways, the NFL is a hot mess right now, man.
Yeah, with that Deshaun Watson fully guaranteed contract, if I was a quarterback, I'm like, yeah, even fucking playing. I want it. I'm the one playing. I want it. He's not. He's getting it.
But I mean, that's though. If I'm a GM, though, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he's not playing. That's why I don't want to give it fully guaranteed. Because in Lamar's case, look, you have an injury history. That was acceptable, right? For Purdy, doesn't really have an injury history, but so the argument maybe couldn't be made for him. Love now has an injury history. Before he signed that contract, he didn't, but it was only 1 year. But I'm with the GMs. Like, I don't mind giving 2 or 3 years guaranteed and then have outs.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to protect the team on some level. And I don't think the Bears have that issue. We haven't had that issue. Like, right, Poles has a reputation. He's going to take care of his guys. Like, he's going to take care of you as a player, but he's also going to take care of the team. He's going to make sure the contract is as mutually beneficial as possible. And I think he's done that with the contracts he's given and how he does contracts with players.
Well, so like DJ Moore.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. I think he's got a level of respect. And even the way he handled trading Justin Fields, like, he knows he could have gotten more from other teams, but he gave Justin the option. I mean, and for Bears fans, like, but we should have gotten the better draft pick. But you know what that does, though? That little bit of goodwill by him, yeah, we didn't get as good of a draft pick as we may have wanted. But that little bit of goodwill goes a long way when you're trying to re-sign your veterans.
Yep.
Or you're trying to sign free agents. Because now you've got a good reputation in the league, and that's important. Like, that's more important than getting a 4th-round pick versus a 6th-round pick, to be honest. Yep. But yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll see if by next Sunday we get some second-rounders signed. But yeah, you want to give an over/under on when you think this is going to happen, when they're going to start signing?
Depends what player. What player are we talking about?
Well, just okay. Well,
I say out of our second. This is what I'm going to say. Out of our second-round picks, I think Ozzy's going to sign first.
The middle pick.
Yeah, I'm going with the middle. I know. Sure, he's at the end. I think Luthern's going to be the last one to sign.
So fully guaranteed or not fully guaranteed?
No, not fully. No.
So Trapillo is pick number 56, the 24th pick in the second round. You think he'll sign his rookie deal and not be fully guaranteed?
Yes. I don't think he's going to be fully guaranteed.
Do you think that happens this week?
No. I say before the rookies report July 18th or July 16th. I think he's going to do it before they report.
Within the next 2 to 2.5 weeks.
I'm sorry, July 19th rookies report. So yes,
okay.
Yeah.
I think Shamar signs within hours or a day later of that.
But yeah, I think Lutheran, he's going to be the last one to sign.
Or one of the last ones, depending.
On them. Right. On the
Bears.
Seattle's
guy signs this week and is not fully guaranteed, then they probably all sign this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a mess the second. I mean, it's like hard. You want to be on the side of the players in some way, but in other ways, you want to be, you have to be, you want to be on the ownership side because you understand, or maybe we understand more because maybe we think about it more, doing the shows, whatnot, the issues with running a team. And, but these guys are all rich. What's the mega rich and the rich, right? And these guys are becoming rich with signing these first deals. And it's hard for you and I to sit there and go, geez, I never had a fully guaranteed anything.
Nope. Army gave me a fully guaranteed out.
Yeah, that's about it. Needs of the Army, right?
Yeah.
So, if you're a contractor, the government can cancel your contract at any time, and that's that, right? So, I mean, you want to feel sorry for the guys a little bit, like, hey, they should get their fair share, but at the same time, we see what fair share looks like in the NFL in some ways, and how it makes it so that your team can't operate. So yeah, that's
oh man.
Yeah, maybe we'll get something through this week. I don't know. I doubt it. I think it'll be right up, coming up around where rookies report, when we might start seeing movement.
I just don't understand. I mean, these college kids that come out, that, or even before, even grade school or middle school, I want to make it to the NFL. They're like holding out. You got your dream, man. You're setting yourself a bad example by not signing, holding out because you want a fully guaranteed contract. Just bullshit.
I mean, you're going to make at least $1.2 million your first year out of college. Guaranteed. You're going to get your full year. You're going to get that contract. I mean, unless you get cut and don't make the team for some reason.
Plus you're nil.
Plus all these guys have NIL money.
Yeah.
It's not like these guys are coming to the league with nothing. Most of these guys have been making NIL money at first and second round.
Right.
So they've already got money.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Mm-mm.
Hopefully we'll see something with that. I don't know, maybe by Wednesday night show we'll see something. I highly doubt it. One could hope, but I definitely want Trapio to sign, so at least the offensive line is under contract. If Shamar doesn't sign right away, or Burden doesn't sign right away, I'm not happy, but believe it or not, to me, that's the two least important of the three. I think Trapio is the most important because he's going to be the starting left tackle, it looks like, and he needs to be out there, and he needs to be getting those reps, and he needs to be, that he's most important. If Burden's behind the power curve, not nearly as much of an issue as if Trapio is behind the power curve. I mean, he's the only one. I mean, I think all three, the top first two are probably going to start right off the get-go. But Trapio is probably the most important. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Yep. Luther will probably be starting slot.
Yeah, well, that was the big rub. He's only a slot receiver. Great. That's what we drafted him for.
That's what we need for. Yeah.
I love that, like NFL Network and all these guys. Well, he's not. He's only really good as a slot receiver. Oh, you mean what we drafted him for?
Just like Dunerve. He's just a punt returner or kickoff return. That's what we got him for. Even though he was a good wide receiver, he could play wide receiver. He played good for Baltimore, but that's what we got him for, special teams.
Yeah. I just love their analysis there. He's only good at the one thing that they drafted him for. That's a bad thing. Okay.
I'm gonna be like Hunter.
Everyone,
I gotta play two each side of the ball. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they're not all Iron Men. Sorry. Oh, geez. Hey, don't forget, Woody and I will be back Wednesday night for the Wednesday night Halas Hall at 7 p.m. Central, 8 on the East. Monday through Friday, we got Ken and Ken in the morning at 10 a.m. Central, 11 in the East. Hopefully, we'll get some movement with the Bears. Not much going on. There's a lot of clickbait stuff out there, so I'm sure your feeds are full of endless of here's a trade the Bears should make. Here's some big free agent rookie or some big free agent they should sign, or here's a guy who's going to get cut. I see it every day in a clickbait. We're not really entertaining much of that here because of what we've learned over the years. Well, 99.999% of it never happens. Maybe we'll get some more movement on the stadium issue as well. Because, Cincy just got money from Cincy to stay their stadium. We'll talk about that maybe Wednesday. But for Woody and myself, thank you for joining us this morning. Everyone have a great day and bear down.
Bear down.